Welcome to this video. This is not just another how to get rich video on the internet. This is the video I wish someone made for you and for me years ago. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're working hard, but your bank account still looks like it's on low battery. Maybe you're scared of the future, or angry when you see other people winning while you feel stuck. And deep inside, you keep asking yourself, what am I doing wrong? Why does money always disappear? Why is this so hard? Let's start with a truth most people never hear. The system you live in is not designed to make you rich. It's designed to keep you busy, distracted, insecure, and always needing more. So you keep buying, keep scrolling, keep consuming, keep working, and keep feeling like it's never enough. School teaches you how to pass exams, not how to handle a paycheck. No one explains credit, interest, investing, or financial freedom in a real, honest way. And because of that, most people enter the money game already losing. But today, something different is happening. Today, you stop being just a customer in the system and start becoming a player in the game. This video is not about flexing, not about Lamborghinis, or private jets, or fake hustle culture, where you never sleep and still feel empty. This video is about understanding how money actually works, so you can finally breathe, plan, and build a life that feels like yours. Before we go any deeper, I want you to remember one simple idea. Money is a tool, not the goal. If you ask people what they want, many say, I want more money. But that's not the real answer. The real question is, why do you want it? What do you want money to do for you? Money itself is just numbers on a screen, pieces of paper, or metal coins. It doesn't hug you. It doesn't love you. It doesn't fix your heart. It only becomes powerful when you use it to buy time, to create freedom, to protect your health, to support your family, to say no to toxic things, and to design a life that fits who you really are. The problem is, when people don't understand money, they chase it blindly. They choose jobs they hate only because the salary is higher. They buy things they don't need to impress people they don't even like. They work until they burn out, thinking that more money will magically fix everything. But even when the money comes, the emptiness stays. The fancy car doesn't cure loneliness. The big house doesn't erase anxiety. The designer clothes don't heal insecurity. So in this video, we're not here just to talk about getting rich. We're here to talk about getting free. Free from fear. Free from confusion. Free from always feeling behind. Money is not your master. It is your tool. When you learn how to use it, not worship it, your whole life changes. This is the beginning of that journey. Most people believe they need to earn more before they can learn about money. They say, I'll study finance when I get a better job. Or, I'll save when I make more. Or, I'll learn investing when I'm older. But that's one of the most dangerous lies society teaches you. Because if you wait until you have money to learn about money, you will stay broke forever. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Money does not respond to how much you earn. Money responds to how much you understand it. You can hand $10,000 to someone who has zero financial knowledge, and that money will magically disappear in a few months like smoke. They'll buy things to impress people who don't care, fall into credit card traps, get tricked by fake gurus, or overspend on things that make them feel good for 5 minutes but stressed for 5 months. And then one day they'll wake up with no money, no savings, and no idea what went wrong. Why does that happen? Because money obeys knowledge, not income. If your mind doesn't grow, your wallet won't either. That's why the best time to learn about money is when you have none. Read that again. When you have none. Because when you're broke, every dollar matters. You feel the weight of every little decision. You're hungry to change. You're humble enough to learn. And that mindset will protect you forever. You don't need millions to learn how banks work. You don't need a big salary to understand credit cards. You don't need wealth to study investing. You only need curiosity and a willingness to start now. Let me put this in a simple story. The boy who started with almost nothing. There's a young guy who earns only $300 a month. Most people would say, that's nothing. What can he do with that? But he decides to learn instead of complain. He saves just $30 each month. Not a lot, but enough to build discipline. He reads one money book every month. He studies budgeting. He learns how compound interest works. He builds his credit score. He avoids debt traps. He tracks every dollar he spends. And slowly, he starts investing tiny amounts. $5, $10, $20, whatever he can. Guess where he ends up 10 years later? Not wealthy yet, but financially stable, confident, safe. Meanwhile, other people earning 5 times his income are still living paycheck to paycheck because they never learned the basics. Two people, same world, different choices, different future. Knowledge is the real beginning of wealth. The truth is, money is not the start of your rich life. Knowledge is when you understand things like what banks do with your money, how inflation slowly steals your savings, how compound interest multiplies small amounts, how credit scores shape your opportunities, how budgeting protects your future, how debt can either trap you or build you, how investing early beats investing big, how emotions destroy financial decisions, how to spend consciously instead of emotionally. You suddenly stop being scared of money and start becoming its master. You don't need a degree for this. You don't need permission. You don't need to be good at math. You just need consistency. Read books, watch videos, listen to audio lessons, ask questions, take notes, track your habits, make mistakes and learn from them. Money is like a language. The more you expose yourself to it, the more fluent you become. The harsh reality: waiting is the most expensive decision. People think learning about money is difficult or boring, but what's truly difficult is being 40 years old with no savings, no investments, no plan, and no freedom. What's boring is feeling stuck for years. What's painful is constantly worrying about bills, debt, emergencies, and the future. Waiting costs more than learning. If you wait for the right time, here's what actually happens. You lose years of compound growth. Your future money shrinks before it even exists. You fall into avoidable traps. You panic when emergencies come. You let society control your financial life. You end up working harder, longer, and with more stress. Every day you delay learning is a day someone else moves ahead of you. But when you start early, even with tiny amounts, the game changes. You give your future money more years to grow. You build discipline, while others are building excuses. You become financially confident while others stay confused. Start small, start messy, start now. Let me make this simple. You don't need to start big. You just need to start. Save $5. Save $10. Save coins in a jar. Download a budgeting app. Read the first chapter of a finance book. Watch one personal finance video a day. Ask one smart question a week. Your wallet is not what changes first, your mindset is. Once your mindset changes, your bank account will follow. Most people avoid money because they feel guilty, embarrassed, or overwhelmed. But avoiding money doesn't protect you, it traps you. Learning money sets you free. The moment the money comes, you will be ready. And here's the best part. When more money comes into your life, and it will, you won't waste it. You won't fall into debt. You won't try to impress people. You won't panic. You won't be lost like everyone else. You'll know exactly what to do because you've been preparing for years. Saving, budgeting, investing, thinking long-term, these become natural. You don't break under pressure. You stay calm. You make strong decisions. You multiply instead of destroy. The universe rewards preparation. Money flows to the people who know how to protect it. So don't wait until you get rich to learn money. Learn money so you can get rich. Your entire destiny can shift because of this one rule. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Don't wait for more money to learn about money. Learn now, and more money will come. This one rule alone has changed the lives of millions of people. And now, it can change yours. Because once you understand money, your life stops being random. It becomes intentional, powerful, and free. Let's get brutally honest for a second. Money is not just something you use. It's something that secretly shapes your entire life. Your decisions, your stress, your dreams, your relationships, your confidence, even the way you sleep at night. And the scariest part? Most people don't even realize that money is quietly controlling them. Not because they're dumb, not because they're lazy, but because they never learned how to take control first. Here's the truth nobody wants to admit. If you don't tell your money exactly where to go, it will disappear. Silently, effortlessly, like smoke in your hands. And when your money is out of control, your life becomes out of control. The signs that money is already controlling you. If you see yourself in any of these signs, don't panic. It just means you're human. But you need to change direction. You live paycheck to paycheck even with a decent job. You feel anxious checking your bank account. You swipe your card fast, but pay the consequences slow. You buy things to avoid judgment or fit in. You panic when an emergency happens because you're not prepared. You borrow from credit cards, apps, or friends just to survive the month. You feel ashamed of your spending but don't know how to stop. This is not a money problem. This is a control problem. Because when your money has no plan, your life has no peace. The prison, you don't see. People think money stress is normal. It is not. Feeling tired all the time? That's money stress. Feeling trapped in a job you hate? That's money controlling your choices. Saying yes to things you can't afford? That's money controlling your social life. Staying in toxic situations because you can't afford to leave? That's money controlling your freedom. You are not choosing your life, your expenses are. And that's the moment you become a financial prisoner. But the good news? You can break out. And the key is simpler than you think. The one skill that gives you control back. Budgeting. Most people hate the word budget. They think it means suffering, or being cheap, or living like a monk with zero fun. But real budgeting is not punishment. Budgeting is how you take back power. It's how you tell your money, this is my life, not yours. Budgeting means you decide how much you save, how much you spend, how much you invest, how much fun you allow, how much freedom you create. Without a budget, your money becomes a wild animal. With a budget, your money becomes a trained tool. Let me show you the difference. Scenario A, the no-plan life. You get paid 5 cents dollar. You feel excited. You buy food, snacks, coffee, little treats. You get bored, you online shop. Your friend invites you out. You say, sure. You see a cool sale, you swipe. Someone asks to borrow, you lend. By the end of the month, you've got 4 yuan left. Your brain is stressed. Your heart is tired. Your future is confused. But you don't know what went wrong. Scenario B, the I'm in control life. Same $500. But you choose a plan. $150 for rent. 800 for food. $50 transport. $50 savings. $30 emergency fund. $20 education. $50 fun money. $50 miscellaneous. Now something magical happens. You don't feel guilty for spending. You don't panic when checking your bank. You don't overspend accidentally. You don't feel lost. You don't feel ashamed. You feel strong because someone is in control. And that someone is you. Money loves clarity. Let me hit you with a truth bomb. Money goes where it has purpose. Money disappears when it has none. When you give every dollar a job, your money works for you instead of against you. You stop wondering where it went and start telling it where to go. That's power. The lifestyle trap you must escape. Most people don't have an income problem. They have a spending problem. Here's what normally happens. You get a raise, you upgrade everything. You get a bonus, you buy electronics. You get extra cash, you treat yourself. Just because. But here's the twist. Your income went up, but your savings stayed the same, and your stress stayed the same. Why? Because you leveled up your lifestyle instead of your discipline. This is why someone earning $5,000 a month can feel broke, while someone earning $1,000 feels stable. It's not income. It's control. The rule that separates the free from the trapped. Repeat this until your brain tattoos it inside. Spend less than you earn. Always. No exceptions. You don't become rich by earning more. You become rich by keeping more. Even if you save just $1, $5, or $10, that habit will save your future. Because saving is not about the amount. Saving is a mindset, a muscle, a lifestyle. If you can't save little money, you won't save big money. You must choose appearance or freedom. The world traps you with looking rich. Fashion, brands, fancy phones, trendy upgrades, Instagram lifestyle, fake luxury, but looking rich like staying broke. People who flex the most are often the most financially fragile. Inside their life, debt, anxiety, no savings, no security, no peace. But the quiet ones, the ones who don't show off, they're usually the ones building real money. Your choice is simple. Look rich or become rich. You can't pick both. Your freedom begins with awareness. Here's the truth you need to accept. You can't control what you don't track, and you can't change what you don't face. So you must track your expenses, write your budget, fix your leaks, cut emotional spending, build discipline, respect your money. The moment you do this, something crazy happens. Your anxiety drops, your stress fades, your confidence rises, your future becomes clear, your financial life becomes peaceful, because you're finally the one holding the steering wheel. You are not weak. You are untrained. If you've made money mistakes, overspent, fallen into debt, felt embarrassed, you're not dumb. You're just like everyone else who was never taught money. But today, you're fixing that. Today, you're choosing control. Today, your future version of you is silently clapping. You don't need to be rich to take control, but you do need to start. Right now. Not next week. Not someday. Not when I earn more. Today is the day you shift from victim to master. Let's talk about something that literally separates the free from the trapped, the wealthy from the stressed, and the builders from the survivors. It's one rule, one truth, one line that defines your entire financial future. If your money doesn't work, you will work forever. Read that again. Most people spend their whole lives trading hours for dollars. They wake up, go to work, come home tired, sleep, repeat. And the moment they stop working because of sickness, burnout, layoffs, or life, they stop earning. That's not stability. That's not safety. That's not freedom. That's survival on a timer. You cannot build a powerful life if your only source of income is your time. Time is limited. Money is not. This is why the rich stay rich and the poor stay tired. The rich use money like workers. The poor use their body like machines. Let's break this down in the realest way possible. The trap everyone falls into. Time for money work. Most people have one income. A job. It pays the bills. It feeds your family. It gives you security. Or at least it seems like security. But deep down, you know the truth. If that paycheck disappears, your entire life collapses. That's not your fault. That's how the system is built. Jobs are great. But depending on only a job, that is financial suicide. Because the moment something goes wrong, your company closes, your boss changes, the economy crashes, everything you built gets ripped away from you. And here's what people never think about. Even if you love your job, your body won't last forever. Your energy won't last forever. Your time will never grow. If your income only comes from you, you're not free. The only way out. Money must work too. Real wealth isn't about working harder. It's about building systems that make money without you. Your money should be like tiny employees walking into the world, doing small jobs, and coming back with more money. That's how the rich think. That's how freedom is built. That's how you stop working until your bones break. Even if you earn little right now, Even if you're young, even if you're scared, you can start building this mindset today. Because wealth doesn't start with money. It starts with strategy. Here's what money working looks like in real life. Let's look at two people. Jason. Big salary, no freedom. Jason earns double the salary of most people. He buys new phones every year, drives a new car, eats at restaurants daily, and looks successful. But he invests nothing. He saves nothing. He relies on one paycheck. He looks rich, but inside he's fragile. If he gets sick tomorrow, everything collapses. If he loses his job, he loses his life stability. Jason works for money. Sarah, average salary, real freedom. Sarah is a school teacher. Quiet job, normal salary, nothing flashy. But she understands the rule. Money must work too. Every month she saves a little and buys dividend-paying stocks. She learns slowly, sometimes makes mistakes, but she keeps going. After 5 years, her investments pay her $150 a month. After 10 years, they pay half her rent. After 15 years, she doesn't need to work anymore. Sarah is not lucky. Sarah is strategic. Sarah doesn't work for money. Her money works for her. The first step: do not rely on one income stream. Let me be blunt. Depending on one income is dangerous. One income equals 1 point of failure. If it breaks, you break. But when you build multiple streams of income, even small ones, something incredible happens. You stop being scared of losing your job. You stop feeling trapped. You stop living in constant financial panic. You start making choices from confidence, not fear. Your goal should be this: one income keeps you alive. Multiple incomes make you free. How to build extra income? Even if you're broke. You don't need to start big. You don't need to quit your job. You don't need Jeshen's skills. You just need one small stream first. Ask yourself, can you tutor something? Can you design? Can you write? Can you cook and sell? Can you edit videos? Can you translate? Can you resell online? Can you create digital products? Can you do freelance work on weekends? Can you partner with someone who already has a product? The internet has removed all barriers. Anyone can build a second income now. Start small. Start imperfect. Start scared. But start. The power of passive income. This is where everything changes. Passive income is money you earn without using time. It keeps going even when you sleep, travel, get sick, rest, spend time with family, take a break. Live. Imagine this. You earn $0 while sleeping. Your investments earn $10. It sounds tiny, but that $10 is the first brick of your freedom, because that $10 grows into $100, then into $1,000, then into thousands more. Passive income is slow in the beginning. Then it becomes unstoppable. Money working equals peace of mind. Think about this. What would your life feel like if your rent was paid by dividends? Your groceries were paid by a small online business? Your emergencies were covered by a side hustle? Your basic needs were handled by investments? Your job wouldn't own you. Your boss wouldn't scare you. Your future wouldn't feel like a threat. Money would no longer control your choices. You'd finally be free. This is how your life changes when money works. When your money works for you, you stop chasing temporary things. You start thinking long-term. Your stress drops. Your confidence grows. You sleep better. You feel powerful. Your future becomes something you design, not fear. You stop surviving. You start building. Your time becomes yours again. Your life becomes yours again. That is real wealth. Not cars, not clothes, not flex. Freedom. Start today even if it's small, even if it's scary. You don't need to be rich to begin. You just need one decision. My money will work from now on. Invest a little, learn a little, build a little, grow slowly, but grow. Let today be the day you stop being a worker only and start becoming a builder. Let today be the day your money takes its first step toward working for you. Because the moment your money starts working, your life starts changing. We've talked about budgeting, saving, spending smart, building extra income, and making money work for you. But now we arrive at the final and most powerful rule of all. Your beliefs about money shape your entire life. Not your job, not your parents, not your degree, not your luck, just your beliefs. Because your beliefs control your behavior. Your behavior controls your decision. Your decision creates your results. And your results become your life. Let's go deep into this. The invisible programming. You didn't choose. You weren't born with beliefs about money. You learned them quietly, slowly, without noticing from your parents, your family, your culture, your struggles, your childhood memories, the things adults said around you, the financial stress you witnessed, the arguments you heard, the fears you absorbed. If you grew up hearing, money is evil, rich people are greedy, we're not the kind of family that gets rich, don't talk about money, it's rude, money doesn't grow on trees, be grateful, don't ask for more. Then these beliefs didn't just sit in your mind. They moved into your subconscious. They built a home there. And they still whisper to you even now, at your age. These beliefs affect how you act with money, even when you don't realize it. How beliefs quietly sabotage your financial life. You might think you're bad with money, but maybe you're just trapped in an old script. Because when you believe negative things about money, you start doing things like avoiding investing because it feels risky, rejecting opportunities because you think you're not the type, undercharging your work, being afraid to ask for a raise, spending emotionally to feel worthy, feeling guilty when you have extra money, never building anything long-term, thinking wealth is for other people, choosing survival instead of growth. You can be smart, talented, hardworking, and still stay broke. If your beliefs keep pulling you backward, your mindset can stop you from entering rooms you belong in. It can stop you from applying for jobs you're qualified for. It can stop you from investing money you should be investing. It can stop you from dreaming bigger because you think you're not ready. Your beliefs control your ceiling. Two people, same life, different mindsets, different destiny. Let me show you this in a simple comparison. Daniel trapped by belief. Daniel grew up in a home where money was always tight. His parents worked hard but always said, "We're just not the kind of people who get ahead. Money makes people selfish. Only lucky people become rich." So Daniel grew up believing wealth wasn't for him. Even when he became an adult, he avoided opportunities. He never negotiated salaries. He believed he wasn't smart enough to invest. He thought wanting money made him greedy. He stayed in low-paying jobs. He gave up on business ideas early. He lived in constant fear of money. He wasn't stuck because of money. He was stuck because of mindset. Leah, powered by belief. Leah grew up with a single mom who taught her, money is power. Learn it. Don't fear money. Don't worship it. Understand it. You can build a better life if you try. So Leah believed learning about money was normal. She studied finances a little bit every day. She asked questions. She took online courses. She built side income slowly. She made mistakes but learned fast. She started investing tiny amounts. She believed she could grow. And guess what? She did. Not because her life was easier, but because her beliefs unlocked her potential. Your mindset is either your cage or your passport. Everything you want: security, freedom, peace, options. Power begins with your beliefs. If you think, I'm not capable, I'm not good with money, I don't deserve wealth, you have to be born rich. Then you are building a cage around yourself. But if you change your beliefs to, I am capable of learning anything, I can build wealth slowly, I deserve freedom and peace, I can be the first in my family to break the cycle. Then your beliefs become a passport, a ticket to a new life. Your mindset is the root. Money is the fruit. Fix the root, and the fruit grows naturally. The truth: you can reprogram everything. It doesn't matter what you believed before today. It doesn't matter how you grew up. It doesn't matter if your family struggled. It doesn't matter if you're starting late. It doesn't matter if you've made money mistakes. Beliefs can be rewritten. Mindsets can be rebuilt. Your identity can evolve. Every wealthy person today was once someone who knew nothing about money. Every financially free person once started at zero, confused, scared, and unprepared. What made them change? Not money. Mindset. The new beliefs you must adopt. Say these with your whole chest. I am not scared of money anymore. I am learning and growing. I deserve to be financially free. I can break the cycle. I can create wealth with time and discipline. I decide my future, not my past. I will learn the rules of money. I will protect myself and my family. I will be the first in my family to rise. Speak these until they become your new identity, because your money will never grow bigger than your beliefs. This isn't about getting rich. It's about healing. Money stress breaks families. Money fear destroys confidence. Money confusion kills dreams. Money ignorance passes from generation to generation like a curse. When you learn about money, you're not just fixing your wallet. You're fixing your future. You're fixing your family. You're fixing your legacy. You're fixing the part of you that always felt afraid. This is about becoming the version of you that your younger self needed. From today forward, everything changes. You are no longer the person who avoids money talk. You are no longer the person who feels unworthy. You are no longer the person who lives in fear and confusion. You are learning. You are growing. You are building. You are rising. And you are stepping into a future where you choose the life you want, not the life money forces on you. Because once you change your beliefs, money will follow.